Hi, I'd like to present the top 3 things that we spend money on that make no sense. Air. From a gas station, you go to fill your tires with air and you have to put like 50, 75, I've seen $1.50 for air. And you might say, well, but the thing is like electrical, and that costs them some electricity, so they're off-weighing it. Maybe it requires maintenance, but still, I've seen them for free, and it just, to me, it doesn't make sense that I'm paying for air. Water. Water, now you might say, well, but, tap water really, it's not that good for you. You would need to get a filter. But this is the thing. The reason that argument doesn't make sense to me is because you're willing to wash your dishes with the tap water, you're willing to wash your hands with it, and you're willing to take a shower with essentially tap water. But yet you're not willing to consume that same water. You just washed a plate with this water, which means that water, in some regard, is going to be on that plate or in that cup. Yet you're not willing to consume it. You're consuming it in either way. And when you're taking a shower, you're getting it all over you. So some of it's going to get into your mouth, and even if it doesn't, still you're telling me you're willing to put it on you but not in you. That really doesn't make sense. The number one thing is ice. I mean, seriously. Now, before we had ice cube trays and freezers, buying ice was the only way that we could even have a refrigerator. You had to buy a big block of ice before they, invented refrigeration units and freezers. But a lot of refrigerators have ice makers built into them, and even if yours doesn't, you get 3 or 4 or 5 ice cube trays and you throw them in your freezer and you've got ice in a few hours. Yes, maybe you say, well, it's more convenient. But why? I mean, it makes... And here's the other thing. You know what? Actually, I almost want to put water back in this list on top of ice now, because you're willing to use the tap water for your ice, which you're going to use in your drink. And so now that really doesn't make sense. So then you're going out and you're buying your water and you're buying your ice. Well, are you buying the filtered watered ice? Because if you're using that ice for your drinks, and you know what I'm saying? So it doesn't make sense. Buying ice is just perplexing and makes no sense. Well, I tried to think of more things, but I think that this is the top 3 things that make no sense to spend money on.